Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is VC Pramod with the Midday News. The headlines. Cabinet approves extension of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana up to November this year. Record number of more than 2,62,000 COVID tests conducted in a single day since the outbreak of the pandemic in India. Strict lockdown in containment zones of West Bengal from 5 p.m. tomorrow. Home Ministry sets up an inter-ministerial committee to coordinate probe into alleged violations by 3 Gandhi family trusts. Jammu and Kashmir government to ensure arrangements for smooth conduct of Amarnath Yatra. And the first cricket match of 3 test series between England and West Indies to be played at Ageas Bowl, London today. The Cabinet has given approval for extending Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana today. Under the scheme, 5 kg of wheat or rice to every member of the beneficiary family and 1 kg of chana for each family will be given free for 5 more months, benefiting more than 80 crore people in the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced the extension of the scheme in his address to the nation on the 30th of last month. He had said poor and needy persons will not go hungry in the country and free ration during the rainy and forthcoming festival seasons during the time of current COVID-19 pandemic will be provided to them. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had announced the first phase of the scheme just after the imposition of nationwide lockdown. Under the first phase, free food grains was provided for 3 months from April this year. The second phase, which will last for another 5 months, began from 1st of July and will last till the 30th of November. Under the second phase, 200 lakh metric tons of grain and 9,78,000 metric tons of chana will be distributed among the National Food Security Act beneficiaries. Both the phases of the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana will together incur a total expenditure of 1,50,000 crore rupees. The central government today said a total of 4,56,831 people affected with coronavirus have recovered in the country so far. In the last 24 hours, 16,883 people have recovered from COVID-19, and with this, the recovery rate has reached 61.53%. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry said a total of 22,752 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the country within 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 7,42,417. In a single day, 482 deaths have been reported, taking the nationwide toll to 20,642. Presently, the total number of active corona cases in the country is 2,64,944. Meanwhile, Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR has said that a total of 2,62,679 tests of coronavirus samples were conducted by the various laboratories in the country within 24 hours. This is the highest number of tests conducted by the laboratories in one day since the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. In India, so far 1,04,73,711 tests have been conducted. ICMR is continuously scaling up its testing facilities for COVID-19 by giving approval to government and private laboratories. As of now, total 1,119 laboratories across India have been given approval to conduct the test for COVID-19, including 795 government laboratories and 324 private laboratory chains.
Bharatiya Janata Party said that the government is dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic crisis with skill and seriousness under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Addressing the media in New Delhi today, National General Secretary of the BJP, P. Muralidhar Rao, said India is facing an unprecedented crisis due to COVID-19 pandemic, and in this difficult situation, upliftment and welfare of the poor is paramount for the government. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the Atmanirbhar package of 20 lakh crore rupees to provide relief to the poor people in the country. He said an amount of 64,500 crore rupees has been given to around 40 crore people through direct benefit transfer under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana.
प्रधानमंत्री गरीब कल्याण योजना के तहत अभी तक 64,500 करोड़, जिसमें अभी तक पहुंच चुके हैं कि टोटल बेनिफिशियरीज लगभग 40 करोड़ लोग, इन लोगों को अभी तक ये राशि पहुंच गए हैं.
An additional allocation of 40,000 crore rupees has been made for Manrega. He said Garib Kalyan Rozgar Yojana was started for the migrant workers after the Anna Yojana for providing social security and relief. He said concessional credit to farmers was promised through Kisan credit cards, and more than 70 lakh Kisan credit cards have been sanctioned till the end of last month with credit limit of 62,870 crores. He said 20 states have already joined the One Nation, One Ration Card initiative, and all states would come under its umbrella by March next year. He said this would help migrant workers and help them in getting ration from any fair price shop in the country.
वन नेशन वन रेशन कार्ड पोर्टेबिलिटी में अभी तक 20 राज्य आ चुके हैं और अपेक्षा है 2021 मार्च तक संपूर्ण केंद्र शासित प्रदेश और जो बचे हुए राज्य ये सब बोर्ड पर आएंगे. वन नेशन वन रेशन कार्ड portability will become the reality, so the insecurity among the people, migrant labor, that is assured and it is taken care by the government wherever they are.
In a veiled criticism of the Congress, Mr. Rao said, in the hour of this crisis, the opposition should join hands in the work being done for the poor. But the leader of opposition keeps raising irresponsible questions according to the history of his party. The Ministry of Home Affairs, MHA, has set up an interministerial committee to coordinate investigations into violations by Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, Rajiv Gandhi Charitable Trust and Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust. The committee will coordinate investigations into violations of various legal provisions of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, PMLA, Income Tax Act, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, among others, by Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, Rajiv Gandhi Charitable Trust and Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust. A special director of the Enforcement Directorate, ED, will head the committee.
In Jammu and Kashmir, Deputy Commissioner of Anantnag has directed the concerned officials to ensure all the arrangements are put in place by today to ensure a smooth conduct of Amarnath Yatra. Deputy Commissioner of Anantnag, Kuldeep Krishna Siddha, chaired a meeting of officers and engineers to finalize the arrangements at Transit Camp FCI Godown, Mir Bazar, for the upcoming Amarnath Yatra. He directed Chief Medical Officer Anantnag and Block Medical Officer Kazigund to establish medical aid camps MAC with all facilities, equipments and deployment of doctors and paramedical staff at the proposed site. The Delhi government has decided to provide free ration to public distribution system PDS card holders till November 2020. Delhi government said that distribution of food grains for July is scheduled to start in a phased manner from today. It said the government will continue to provide food grains free of cost to the National Food Security beneficiaries in Delhi to mitigate the economic hardship caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Now it will be providing PDS ration to NFS beneficiaries for the next 5 months from July to November free of cost. In Delhi, more than 17.54 lakh households get ration under public distribution system covered by the National Food Security Act.
The West Bengal government has announced strict lockdown in containment zones of the state in view of rapid increase of COVID cases. The lockdown will start at 5 p.m. tomorrow. A report from our correspondent.
All government and private offices, all non-essential activities, public gathering, movements of transport, markets, trading and industrial activities will be closed in containment zones during lockdown. Residents of containment zones will get exemptions from attending government and private offices. The local authorities will arrange home delivery of essential items for residents staying inside the containment zones. The list of containment zones will be announced this afternoon. The local administration will decide the period of lockdown. Meanwhile, 850 fresh COVID cases and another 25 deaths were recorded in last 24 hours. Arijit Chakraborty, AIR News, Kolkata.
In Bihar, the number of corona cases is rising rapidly. With 385 fresh cases, the total number of cases has risen to 12,525. Maximum 1,407 cases were reported from Patna, followed by 528 in Begusarai and 511 in Muzaffarpur. 9,338 patients have recovered so far, while 3,088 patients are undergoing treatment at various hospitals. The recovery rate in the state is now 75%. 98 people have died due to COVID-19 in the state. 60 officials associated with Chief Minister's residence have been found positive for corona. 2 MLAs had also tested positive in the state. In Assam, 5 persons lost their lives during the last 12 hours due to COVID-19 in the state. Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma said that 4 of them succumbed to the disease at Guwahati Medical College and Hospital, while another patient died at Tezpur Medical College. The minister informed that 588 new cases were detected in Guwahati city yesterday. A report.
The Guwahati city, along with the other parts of Kamrup Metropolitan District, is under 14 days lockdown since 29th of June. Several districts in the state have imposed bans on to and from journey to Guwahati to prevent possible outbreaks of community transmission. Meanwhile, rapid antigen tests being conducted in Guwahati city. Health workers are conducting house-to-house tests at Pandu area in Guwahati city. Health department is constantly requesting citizens to follow COVID-19 related guidelines to prevent further spread of the disease. Manas Pratim Sharma, AR News, Guwahati.
In Mizoram, 1 person has tested positive for coronavirus infection and 6 patients have been discharged after recovery in the last 24 hours. With this, the tally of COVID-19 cases has reached 198. So far, 139 patients have been discharged after recovery. The number of active cases stands at 59. In Madhya Pradesh, in order to save the people of the state from corona infection, the NP State Minor Forest Produce Federation has supplied Ayurvedic medicines worth Rs 27 crore 51 lakh to the Department of Ayush. On the demand of Ayush Department, State Minor Forest Produce Federation produced medicines on a war footing. The main objective of setting up of the federation has been to provide a market to the minor forest produce collectors of unorganized forest areas and manufacture excellent quality Ayurvedic medicines.
Corona-resistant medicines include Trikatu Churn, Anu Oil, Arogya Kasayam and Sansmani Bati. With these medicines, cough, fever, throat and nose infections are cured and also help in increasing immunity of the body. Meanwhile, the COVID-19 case count in Madhya Pradesh climbed to 15,627 with addition of 343 new cases in the last 24 hours. The death toll in the state has risen to 622. A total of 189 persons were discharged from hospitals yesterday, taking the number of the recovered cases to 11,768. The number of cases in Indore, the worst hit district, rose to 4,953 and death toll to 249. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
The World Health Organization has acknowledged that evidence is emerging about the airborne spread of the novel coronavirus. Maria Van Kerkhove, technical lead on the COVID-19 pandemic at the WHO, told in a news briefing yesterday that there was a discussion about the possibility of airborne transmission and aerosol transmission as one of the modes of transmission of COVID-19. She said the WHO would publish a scientific brief summarizing the state of knowledge on modes of transmission of the virus in the coming days. Replying to a query, the other officers, Professor Benedetta Elangrazi, has said,
"We acknowledge that there is emerging evidence in this field, as in all other fields, regarding the COVID-19 virus and pandemic. And therefore, we believe that we have to be open to this evidence and understand its implications regarding the modes of transmission and also regarding the precautions that need to be taken."
The health agency had previously said the virus that causes the COVID-19 respiratory disease spreads primarily through small droplets expelled from the nose and mouth of an infected person that quickly sink to the ground. But a group of scientists in 32 countries outlined evidence that shows floating virus particles that can infect people who breathe them in. They had urged the global body to update its guidance on how the respiratory disease passes between people.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Cabinet approves extension of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana up to November this year. Record number of more than 2,62,000 COVID tests conducted in a single day since the outbreak of the pandemic in India. strict lockdown in containment zones of West Bengal from 5 p.m. tomorrow. Home Ministry sets up an inter-ministerial committee to coordinate probe into alleged violations by 3 Gandhi family trusts. Jammu and Kashmir government to ensure arrangements for smooth conduct of Amarnath Yatra. International cricket is back in action. The first test match between England and the West Indies to be played at AG's Bowl, London today. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
In our series Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you the views of some leading medical experts on COVID-19. Dr. Nand Kumar, Professor of Psychiatry, AIIMS, suggested people to stay at home, spend time with family members and practice yoga.
We are going to overcome this crisis within a few weeks. In the coming few weeks, stay at home, spend time with the family, do household works, exercise, listen to music, sing with the family, do yoga, meditation, and take care of emotional need of the family.
Dr. Anvita Agarwal, resident infectious diseases AIIMS, advised people to not be negligent and stay at their homes.
Coronavirus may be invisible, but the number of people affected are very much visible, and the numbers are increasing from day to day. Don't be negligent. Please stay at home.
The Gujarat High Court will remain closed for 3 days from today. According to the official release of Registrar General of Gujarat High Court, this decision was taken after 7 COVID-19 positive cases were detected from its premises. More from our Ahmedabad correspondent.
According to official release, the decision to shut the High Court for 3 days has been taken after detection of 7 cases. Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation has carried out test drive after getting 20 pink locations in the High Court premises through Arogya Setu app. Now the entire High Court building along with the Judicial Academy and Auditorium will be cleaned and sanitized thoroughly by AMC for 3 days. Meanwhile, AMC has added 14 new areas in micro-containment zones while removed 3 areas from the list. AMC has also launched the second round of mass antigen test of super spreaders from today. Vendors of vegetables, fruits, milk, grocery and medical stores owners will be covered under the mass antigen test. Haircutting salons, pan parlors, hawkers and street food vendors also included in this drive. Yogesh Pandya, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa held a high-level meeting on setting up mega COVID care center in Bengaluru to shelter asymptomatic COVID patients. Briefing media persons later, the Medical Education Minister Dr. K. Sudhakar informed that Chief Minister will visit the COVID care center tomorrow, where 10,000 beds are getting ready. He added that the center will be open to admit the patients after ensuring proper deployment of sufficient number of doctors and medical staff and also food and security. He informed that already 2,000 beds are available in Bengaluru at different localities. On availability of ambulance, the minister said 400 ambulances are deployed in the city and another 100 will be arranged soon. He informed that the dashboard in COVID War Room will soon display real-time availability of beds and ambulances. Union Agriculture Ministry has said that locust control operations have been carried out in more than 2.75 lakh hectare area so far since the 11th of April in various states. The states are Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Haryana and Bihar. The ministry said aerial spraying capacity has been strengthened for anti-locust operations. A Bell helicopter has also been deployed in Rajasthan for use in scheduled desert area as per the need. The ministry said no significant crop losses have been reported in the states of Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Bihar and Haryana. However, some minor crop losses have been reported in some districts of Rajasthan.
In Jammu and Kashmir, gardens and parks across the entire Union territory have opened for general public from today. The announcement was made by the advisor to the Lieutenant Governor, Basir Ahmad Khan, amid the gradual unlocking process across the nation. He said all visitors should strictly observe the already given protocols and medical advices related to COVID-19 from time to time. He requested the general public to wear face masks, use hand sanitizers and maintain social distancing norms both inside and outside these picnic spots. He also directed the authorities to penalize those found violating the precautionary measures. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has warned that the COVID-19 pandemic provides new opportunities for the Islamic State extremist group Al-Qaeda and their affiliates as well as neo-Nazis, white supremacists and hate groups. Mr. Guterres said this at the launch of United Nations Counter-Terrorism Week on Monday. The UN chief said it's too early to fully assess the implications of the coronavirus pandemic on terrorism, but all these groups seek to exploit divisions, local conflicts, failures in governing and other grievances to advance their aims. He added that the pandemic has also highlighted vulnerabilities to new and emerging forms of terrorism, such as misuse of digital technology, cyber attacks and bioterrorism.
U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has said that America is looking at banning social Chinese media apps, including TikTok. He told a TV channel that Trump administration is certainly looking at banning these apps as they shared information with the Chinese government. U.S. lawmakers have raised national security concerns over TikTok's handling of user data. They were worried about Chinese laws requiring domestic companies to support and cooperate with intelligence work controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. Mr. Pompeo's remarks also come amid increasing U.S.-China tensions over the handling of the coronavirus outbreak, China's actions in Hong Kong, and a nearly 2-year trade war. The Federal Bureau of Investigation FBI Director Christopher A. Wray has said that China is posing the greatest long-term threat to intellectual property and economic vitality of the U.S. Speaking to the Hudson Institute in Washington yesterday, Wray highlighted the significance of the threat.
If you're an American adult, it is more likely than not that China has stolen your personal data. In 2017, the Chinese military conspired to hack Equifax and made off with the sensitive personal information of 150 million Americans. We've now reached the point where the FBI is opening a new China-related counterintelligence case about every 10 hours. Of the nearly 5,000 active FBI counterintelligence cases currently underway across the country, almost half are all related to China.
The FBI director informed that the Attorney General William Barr and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo will also be addressing the issues in the next few weeks.
U.S. President Donald Trump has formally moved to withdraw the U.S. from the World Health Organization. Trump administration has notified the Congress and the United Nations that the United States is formally withdrawing from the WHO, said officials. Stephanie Dujarric, spokesman for the UN Secretary General, confirmed the U.S. had notified it of its withdrawal effective as of 6th of July 2021. The U.S. president has been critical of the WHO over its handling of the coronavirus pandemic. Meanwhile, the number of coronavirus cases continues to surge across the United States. In order to commemorate Sankalp Parv, Culture Minister Prahlad Singh Patel has planted trees in Kila Rai Pithora and the National Archives of India in Delhi. During his visit to Kila Rai Pithora, Mr. Patel reviewed the revival work of monuments. While visiting National Archives of India, he reviewed the restoration work related to manuscripts being undertaken there. Mr. Patel said that rising to the clarion call of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Culture Ministry is celebrating Sankalp Parv from 28th of June to 12th of July. He said the ministry expects all its subordinate offices, academies, attached institutions and affiliated institutions to plant trees in its campus or in the surroundings wherever it is possible. He added that the ministry recommends to plant 5 trees which have been identified by Prime Minister Modi and which represent the herbal heritage of our country. These trees are Bargad, Avla, Peepal, Ashok and Bel. The minister will plant trees at Jantar Mantar in New Delhi and at Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Institute of Archaeology, Greater Noida today.
Infosys chairman Nandan Nilekani has said that India stands to benefit from the current global situation as more countries look for alternatives to China. He said the COVID-19 crisis will create new opportunities for the Indian IT services industry as clients look at consolidation and reducing the number of suppliers. Mr. Nilekani was speaking at the company's internal platform InfiTV. He said companies will see a balance between working from office and working from home as around the world billions of people have tested the work from home model 2 to 3 months at a stretch. Mr. Nilekani said there will be a new equilibrium which has an impact on mobility, traffic and the way cities are designed. Cricket icon Sachin Tendulkar today inaugurated a plasma therapy unit for treating COVID-19 patients at the Seven Hills Hospital in suburban Andheri. He urged those who have recovered from the deadly infection to help save lives by donating blood plasma. The unit is an initiative of the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, BMC. It will offer convalescent plasma therapy to COVID-19 patients using donated blood plasma from those who have recovered. Details from our Mumbai correspondent.
The ace batsman said researchers round the globe are working to find an effective vaccine and treatment. In this, plasma therapy has emerged as an option to treat critically ill patients. I congratulate the BMC for starting this service that will save many lives. He said plasma of a donor who has recovered contains high levels of antibodies against the pathogen that is the cause of the disease. Meanwhile, Mumbai registered 806 new cases in last 24 hours while 64 patients succumbed to the disease. 985 patients were cured and discharged in last 24 hours. So far, 58,137 patients have been cured, while there are 22,996 active cases in Mumbai. Sonali Ghadiyal Patil, AIR News, Mumbai.
Uttar Pradesh Police has intensified its search operation for the dreaded criminal and prime accused of Kanpur police killing case, Vikas Dubey. The bounty on Vikas Dubey has been increased from 2.5 to 5 lakh rupees. ADG Law and Order of the state, Prashant Kumar, today said that police will take strong legal action in Kanpur police killing case and that the sacrifice of our brethren will not go waste. He said that criminals involved in the case will regret what they did. His close associate and another accused of the case, Amar Dubey, was killed in an encounter today, and few more associates have been arrested from different locations. Many teams of state police and STF have been formed to nab the main accused, Vikas, who is absconding. Police departments of other states' police is also being sought. The first cricket match of 3 Test series between England and West Indies will be played today at Ageas Bowl, London. The match will begin at 3:30 hours IST. With this, the international cricket is finally returning after a hiatus of 117 days caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Host England will be led by all-rounder Ben Stokes in the absence of regular captain Joe Root, while Windies will be led by Jason Holder, team's most experienced player. Holder embarking on his 33rd Test as captain. The two teams comprise a formidable bowling lineup. Out it is their batting department that looks pretty weak. With the new ICC rules in place in the wake of the pandemic, it will be interesting to see how the teams come to terms with them.
Maharashtra government has announced the recruitment of 10,000 police personnel. Home Minister Anil Deshmukh said a decision to this effect was taken at a meeting chaired by Deputy CM Ajit Pawar in Mumbai yesterday. He also announced the establishment of Women Battalion of the State Reserve Police Force in Katol Taluka of Nagpur district. He said 1,400 women candidates will be trained at Katol.
Now let us take a look at the weather for today. The national capital Delhi is expected to experience thunderstorm with rain. Minimum temperature recorded is 27 degrees Celsius and maximum will be 33 degrees. Mumbai will have a generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Minimum temperature recorded is 26 degrees Celsius and maximum will be 31 degrees. In Chennai, the minimum temperature recorded is 26 degrees Celsius and maximum will be 38 degrees. It will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. While in Kolkata, the minimum temperature recorded is 27 degrees and maximum will be 33 degrees. It will have a partly cloudy sky with the possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the minimum temperature is recorded at 24 degrees Celsius in Jammu, while maximum will be around 37 degrees. The sky will be partly cloudy with the possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. In Srinagar, the minimum temperature recorded is 18 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 32 degrees. The city will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. In Gilgit, the sky will be mainly clear, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. And in Muzaffarabad, it will be mainly clear, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The city witnessed a minimum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius, while maximum temperature will be around 38 degrees. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Cabinet approves extension of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana up to November this year. Record number of more than 2,62,000 COVID tests conducted in a single day since the outbreak of the pandemic in India. Strict lockdown in containment zones of West Bengal from 5 p.m. tomorrow. Home Ministry sets up an inter-ministerial committee to coordinate probe into alleged violations by the 3 Gandhi family trusts. Jammu and Kashmir government to ensure arrangements for smooth conduct of Amarnath Yatra. And international cricket is back in action. The first test match between England and West Indies to be played at AGS Bowl, London today. And with that, we end the Midday News.